Well, hello there. Happy Wednesday. I'm just checking that I am recording. I'm not quite certain. I can't see anything beeping. Oh, it's because I'm in the sunshine. I'll just have to check, make sure it's recording before I do what I did yesterday. Recorded the whole thing and it hadn't recorded. Oh, gosh, I can't see for the sun. I think it's recording. This is a very rare event in the life of Urban Gypsy Crochet. I'm ironing. But of course with my back issues I have to do it sitting down, and I decided to do it outside. If you saw my previous video, Gigi is hiding underneath a bush because it's too hot. Yeah. By the way, these little shorts are not mine, as you can obviously see. They are part of Paris's summer wardrobe that I bought from eBay. I'm a little disappointed with them actually because they're a bit see-through. So I think I'm going to have to buy Gigi? No, not Gigi, Paris. I'm going to buy Paris some white underwear because I know she's only a mannequin and she's not anatomically correct, but I want her to be ladylike, don't I? If her pants shorts are going to be see-through, I think she needs a pair of white panties to go underneath them. Yeah, this is why I don't like ironing, because I have to sit down and it makes things very awkward for me. I've got a back strap on, a back support, because I can't stand up to do ironing. I'm not like a Kelly. You won't see a speeded up version of this, by the way. Oh, there goes Jess. You just missed a little kiddie that was singing, actually. But I think it's a he. He's not singing anymore. I'm not the best ironer in the world, but I do try to get the creases out a bit. But, oh! Some boiling water from the iron just dripped on my leg then. Blimey, that was hot. Ow! It's doing it again. I think I'm going to have to move the ironing board. I can't be doing with that. Thought I'd been stung for a minute. It was just like a little drop, but it was boiling water. Right, let's try again. My steam iron is obviously a bit elderly and doesn't want to steam. Don't know whether you can see or not, but I have got a steam. But it doesn't really work that well. It's not too bad on, t-shirts and things that you don't need to have so protectioned, or whatever you want to call it. But it doesn't do very well with other things, and it certainly doesn't do well with dresses, because the hanger isn't high enough up. Yeah. This is going to be a short video because I'm not going to bore you watching me iron everything. I'm probably going to cherry pick what I iron anyway. This is a little bolero that I wear a lot. And people ask me all the time where I get clothes from. I get them from eBay 99% of the time. Because I can't go shopping, and my back doesn't allow me to go downtown trying things on and things like that. So I either get from, I used to get from catalogues, but I found catalogues are very expensive at the moment. So I didn't buy them from catalogues and have them on the monthly, where you pay so much. I used to pay for them directly. Order them from my son's friend's mother's catalogue at one time. And, my son used to order things from the catalogue and when he was young, and of course Mum used to finish up paying it because he'd say things like, oh, my catalogue's money's due and I'm a bit short this month. Can you phone, what she's called now, begins with an E. Can you phone her up and tell her that I'll give her the money next week? I used to say, no, I'm not phoning her up. I used to say, that's embarrassing. I'll give you the money. You can give it me back when you've got it. And we all know what teenagers are like, don't we? But we do these things for our kids, don't we? Without complaining, because we're mums or dads. Although my ex would never do that for him. He would always say, no, okay, he's ordered it. He's paid for it. But I used to be more embarrassed about seeing, this guy's mum knowing that my son was in debt because he'd ordered a stereo system or something off her and not paid. Why do we always rescue kids? We do because we're parents, don't we? I know I finished up almost buying a motorbike one time. Because it wasn't my son's fault. He got made redundant from where he was working. And he just could not afford to pay for the bike. And it had got to the stage where they were going to reclaim it, I mean, we're talking when he's a teenager, we're not talking about now. Where they were going to reclaim it, even though he'd paid for, half of the bike. And I thought, no, I'm not having that. That's his good hard-earned money that he's just paid for half of that bike with. So I thought, no. Yes, I'm ironing the dress that came the other day, because it came rather screwed up. So I don't want to wear it looking like that. Don't iron the top, of course, because it's elasticated. But I did put a link in my last video, actually, if you read the comments under the video where I got these from. But I don't think that they export to the US, but I'm sure there's an equivalent site, in the US. These are what they call a boho dress. If you type in, boho or hippie or whatever, along with your size, you usually get a variety of things that pop up. It's where I get most of my clothes. I actually, with eBay, you can get a facility where you do a search, and then you save your search, and then every day you get an email telling you what's new for sale in your category. You can either just have things that are on auction, or you can have things that are to buy. I mean, these I buy new. I do buy a lot of second-hand dresses, I do, but these dresses are reasonably priced, so I tend to, just get new ones of these. They're not particularly wonderful quality dresses, and they may only last a season, but, I like to look, well, I won't say pretty, because, this bit isn't pretty, but I like to look nice, and as nice as I can, yeah? And I don't dress up for anyone in particular, which is why I dress up for me. I don't dress up for the videos. If I hadn't have made a video today, I would have still been wearing this. Yeah. Because I just get up in the morning and I like to wear what I want to wear. And there's no point, is there, in having pretty things and leaving them hanging in the wardrobe. I don't keep things for best anymore because I don't go anywhere where I would wear best clothes, so I just dress to please myself. My turnaround came when I started buying the books and watching the videos by Ari Seth Cohen. That's A-R-I, Ari Seth Cohen on YouTube. And he interviews these marvellous ladies who are usually in their 80s or even 90s, some of them. And they live in New York and they dress up. They make me look underdressed. They dress up in, the fantastic clothes. Some of the shoes they wear for their age, I'm thinking, how do they walk in those heels and things? And they make my jewellery look tame because they wear jewellery. and it's all kind of, you know, better quality than mine. But they have some fantastic, like, clothing thrift shops in New York. If I ever went to New York, that's what I would be looking for. You know, maybe I would look at the yarn stores, but I would be more interested in trying to find the thrift stores, although they'll probably be out of my price range. And my dress is hooked up on there's a little lever underneath the ironing board that lets the ironing board up and down. Sometimes when I'm ironing, clothes get stuck on it. So I decided to come out here because I really hate ironing, and I wanted to come outside, and I really wanted to do crochet. But I thought, no, be firm with yourself. I mean, Kelly did remind me, like I said yesterday to her on her video, remind me to list my clothes on Etsy. But my PC is indoors, and that's the one I use to list things on. I don't have a laptop or anything like that. I do have a tablet, but it's not geared up to let me post things on Etsy and stuff. So I don't use it for stuff like that. So I promised her that I'll do that tonight. Hopefully I will do that tonight. So that's one dress. And I have got hangers, but I'm just popping them on this rail for the minute. I'll put them on hangers in a moment. From the same place I get the dresses from, I also get these wonderful underskirts. I've got them in 4 different colours now. These are fabulous because not only is it extra layer, you know, if you're going out on the scooter, and I've got a flimsy dress on, which that one is, they give me an extra layer. And also some of my dresses don't come down to the ground. They stop sort of mid-calf, which I wouldn't wear because I don't reveal my legs. This is only getting a cursory iron, by the way, because nobody sees the top bit, do they? Because it's underneath. I'm only ironing the bottom 2 layers. So I just love wearing these, and I had one on the other day because that blue flowery dress I had on had ruffles at the bottom, and it sort of went up in the middle, you know, a bit, what do you call it, like, not cowgirl, saloon girl style, you know, where they always showed their legs off at the front. And of course I don't do that, so I had one of these underskirts on underneath. I mean, they're thick enough that you could actually wear them as a skirt, you know, if you like pastel colours. And I'm just sad that they don't do like a navy blue. I did ask them that this blue was the nearest that we had. I would have loved one in navy blue. I'll keep looking, I'm sure they'll have one soon. I've got them in like a very dark green, I've got a maroon, I've got a gold and an olive green. So that gives me a variety to put under things. And as I said before, they are fabulous if you want to wear dresses in the winter when it's not really warm enough. Hence my ordering the colours that I ordered when I said they were for me. They're to make cardigans, you know, on the days when it's just not quite warm enough to wear a sleeveless dress. Oh my goodness, this is so creased, I don't know where they have it. That's the only problem with this firm. I think they're called Buddha or something. Everything looks as though they've scrumpled it up and thrown it in a bag. The quality's nice, but their packaging is much to be desired. I've got nothing coming this week because I've got nothing ordered, and I'm trying to stay that way. I mean, I did ask Kelly what I was supposed to be saving up for, and she reminded me I was saving up for the physiotherapist. So now I've been once to the physiotherapist, I'm saving up now apparently to clear my overdraft. Thanks for Kelly for the reminder. She still can't buy her camera yet because for some reason or another they haven't got her old camera back that she sent back. So she needs the credit, you know, for that to start looking for another camera. Because being as we're so rich, you know, we can't have that kind of money in our bank account that we can just splurge out willy-nilly. But my attitude to life is like, I can't take it with me, and as long as I've got a cat and health chance of paying overdrafts back again, then that's what I will do. If I need something desperately, like I need the chiropodist, why am I saying that? I needed the physio, and at my neck, I had a wonderful night's sleep last night, and I woke up this morning without a headache, and that's the first time in weeks that I've not woke up with what I call a hangover headache. Nothing to do with drinking, because as you know, I barely touch the stuff. I think that's going to have to do. It's going to go underneath the dress, isn't it? So I'm not all that fussed. I'm not a fussy ironer, as long as most of the wrinkles are out of it. I really don't like ironing, and people say, oh, why don't you put them in tumble dryer? But I've got a bad habit of forgetting them when they're in the tumble dryer, and then they come out looking wrinkled. That's the older skirt, as you can see. Not ironed terribly well, but the bottom half is the only bit that may show. I did have another dress from the same company in here somewhere. Where's it gone now? As you can see, I'm cherry picking what I'm ironing. Cherry picking. Oh, where's it gone? Found it. Not worn this yet because it came in. This is how it arrived. You know, all screwed up like that. But it's gorgeous colours, isn't it? It's just so me. Woo! That's why I wanted purple or the lime green to make a cardigan to go with this. Yeah, the cardigan I had on the other day, I've decided it is too small. So I may remove the buttons before I decide to give it away, because I do like those buttons. You know, so I can put them on the replacement cardigan. Oh, what's she doing, Janet? So I may take the buttons off. I do that sometimes when I'm going to give them to the charity shop or somewhere. Is I do take buttons off and put other ones on that are not so jazzy. Because those were actually vintage buttons that were on the green cardigan that I had kept from the shop. So not only do I like the buttons, there's a history behind them. So, as you probably know, I'm all for history and sentimentality and hanging on to things that I love, because things used to belong to my mum and stuff like that. Gigi is still where he was. If you look at the video, it'll be a very short video that I'm going to put up as well, that shows Gigi trying to get comfy, digging himself a hole in the garden so that he can keep cool out of the sunshine. I love him to come out and have fresh air, but he does get rather hot. Which is quite funny because, you know, by nature Chihuahuas come from a very hot country. I think they come from Mexico or somewhere, but obviously Gigi didn't, because he's bred and born in the UK. So, yeah, but he's doing very well. As you know, he had to go to the vets. So we are doing our best trying to not spoil him with treats, you know, to try and get rid of the tiny bit of weight he's overweight. He's overweight by about 0.6 of a kilogram, which isn't too much, but I suppose it's a lot for his little legs to carry a bit of extra weight, so we are trying to just cut down a bit on well, actually I've not been giving him any little treats since Buddy's not next door. We used to go round every other day practically to let Buddy out for a week, and while I was round there, of course I used to give Buddy a treat, and Gigi used to have one, but now we don't go there anymore, because sadly Buddy is no more. He went up to Scotland to be with Julie's dad, but sadly while he was there, I think he must have had a heart attack or something. He passed away. I mean, like Tony gets upset because he says, what if I had never taken him and things like that, but you can't do the what ifs with animals. You don't know, do you? You don't know whether he would have still passed away if he'd have been here. And I'm kind of, not glad in one way, that sounds horrible, doesn't it? But I would have been the one who was looking after him while Tony was on holiday. And I would have been, so upset if he'd have, passed away while I was looking after him. I wouldn't have known what to do, because like Tony was in Australia, So in a way, I'm glad it wasn't me that was looking after him. It's bad enough when your own dog passes away, isn't it? But when someone else that you're supposed to be looking after, their dog passes away. Right, that will do for Janet. That will do. There you go. Lovely colours, aren't they? Gorgeous colours. And I do like the elasticated top. I will put them on hangers, don't fret. It's just that the hangers are on the table and I'm not keep getting up and going down again, because that's what kills my back. This is another one that's arrived and I've never worn. It's in olive greens, and not olive greens, it's like a jade green and gold. And that's one reason why I got some gold cotton to make a cardigan to go with this one. So, yay! Yay for me and my summer dresses. What made me iron today was the fact that it's so gorgeous, and I'm thinking, I've got all the dresses in the ironing. Why don't you at least iron the dresses? Then you will have something to wear. And as I say, these are so easy, you just pull over my head. I can't be coping, these days with my back problems and stuff, with dresses that had zips in them and are more formal than this. I can't cope with them. So I got rid of all of those ages ago. I mean, whilst I can look after myself and dress myself, I choose my clothes now according to my abilities, which is like pullover, sloppy things, things that I can get in and out of without a struggle. Yeah, it's sad, isn't it, when we get to that stage, but never mind. So I'm looking forward to wearing this, although I don't have a gold top that would go with this, but never mind. I'm sure I'll find something. I don't think I've got a navy blue top either. What I should do is write a list of what goes with what, shouldn't I? Or pair them up in the wardrobe. But a lot of my little tops that I buy go with so many things. So I wouldn't want to limit myself to only wearing them with one dress. Yeah, I could do with a list pinned out outside the wardrobe door saying, if you're wearing this dress, this top or this cardigan would be a good idea to go with it. Because I've got green cardigans, but they're not this shade. All the fussy pants, aren't I? I think I've got a brown cardigan, because I'm sure I had one on the other day, didn't I? It's somewhere to be ironed, because Gigi left hair all over it. It's one of the delights of having Gigi. Oh, he's sitting in the sunshine now. He's decided to forego his hole in the ground, which he'd done. He loves it when the garden's been and the soil's like freshly turned, so he can have a little scrabble and make himself a little, divot thing, what do you call it, a little hole so he can sit in. Must be nice and cool, sitting on the soil. Oh, somebody bringing their bin in. We have to put our bins out by the roadway here before they'll empty them in a certain way with the handles pointing outwards. Woe betide you have your handles pointing in towards your house, otherwise they will drive straight past and they won't empty them. And woe betide if you've got anything in your bin that you shouldn't have in your bin, because they won't empty them. We do this recycling type scheme here, where you put all your bottles and your tin cans and stuff in one bin, you put all your paper goods and cardboard in another bin. You've got your general waste, which is not supposed to have any food in it, And then you've got your recycle one, which is food, not wrapped up in anything. You know, it's got to be in proper biodegradable bags. And the garden waste. Well, the gardener came on Monday, so she cut the grass in the hedge. Well, part of the hedge. She didn't cut the part of the hedge where the birds are. So that's the another dress. I think I've got about 1, 2, 4, or maybe 5 of these dresses now. So that will help me through the summer with my wardrobe. What else shall I find in my... I'll have a little look in my... Oh, this pile is depressing. I've got a lovely skirt. Doesn't go with an awful lot of things, but it is a pretty skirt. Don't know whether you can see it or not. It's got the sort of hanky end, hanky bottom edgy. But it sadly dries in a screwed up crumpled mess because I think it's rayon. Once again, this is from Etsy. Not Etsy. Why do I keep saying Etsy? It's not from Etsy at all. It's from eBay. This is why I need to learn to edit. And I could stop saying silly things and having to say, oh no, it's not that, it's this. But if you watch me, you know you watch me warts and all, don't you? Because I don't over-edit and I'm not one of these posh people. I'm just me. Little old me. What you see is what you guess. There's no airs and graces on. As my mother used to say, stop getting above yourself. I was brought up to be very humble, let's just say. You know, when I got good marks in my GCSEs and things like that, and you know, I wasn't there saying, oh, I got this and I got that and the other. I was kind of apologetic if people got worse, you know, kind of results than I did. I was very apologetic, and I didn't like to say the results I got in front of them in case they thought I was bragging. Such peculiar. Other people just blow their own trumpet blatantly, don't they? But I'm not like that. I suppose I always think about the other people. You know, what if they failed and I'm going around going da-da-da, da-da-da, I got so many and I got such a grade, and you know, they're thinking, get her. So I was very quiet when I got I was quietly pleased when I got them. So I'd done quite well, really, because I'm not exactly the brain of Britain. But, as you say, my mother was the one who was banging her drum saying, oh, Janet's got this and that and the other, and she's done really well, and blah, blah, blah. Something she could brag about at the church women's meeting. But I was just the opposite. My mother would be going, tell them what you got. Tell them what grade you got. Yeah, I mean, it's that time of year over here where people are doing these exams. There's so much pressure on the kids of today. Pressure to do this, pressure to do that. I mean, I can honestly say, even though I won't say I was pressurised into doing my GCSEs. I mean, I obviously wanted to do well because it was pride in myself. But I didn't want to do well for anybody else's reasons. It wasn't because I was pushed, you know, at home. I mean, obviously, if I hadn't done well, my mother would have been disappointed. She wouldn't have been able to hide it, you know. But I can honestly say I didn't get pressurised and I didn't get upset like some of the girls in my class. It was an all-girls school. I'm not singling out the boys. But, you know, they were getting really stressed up. I mean, my dad was brilliant. He used to say, if you've been doing your lessons right through the year, you will have absorbed what you need to know. So there's no point in cramming in the last minutes. He said, you can just do a little bit of revision. But if you've really understood what you were doing at school, then you will have retained it in your memory. And I always remember him telling me not to get stressed